Hello and welcome to Real Talk. This is Samira Nakus Salimbe. Today my video is about negative and positive energy and how they both affect you. So if you look at children, they're always happy most of the time, except when something is irritating them or they need to eat. So most of the time they play, they laugh, they run around, and they don't worry about anything, of course, because they are children, and they have this positive energy that's always fill out the house. It's so great. We adults have to learn to be like children in terms of forgetting and forgiving. As you see, children, when they're fighting with each other, they come back in a minute and play with each other and laugh again and forget what happened. But adults tend to keep things and hold them against other people. But when you do that, you're not hurting anybody else. Actually, you're hurting yourself. So we should really forget and forgive other people, because if we hold it in, we're just hurting ourselves. So this if you are miserable and angry and sad, you're affecting yourself and also affecting the people that are living with you. Sometimes you go someplace and you can feel the energy if there is anger and misery and people are sad, and that affects you too. As they say, misery loves company. So nobody miserable want to stay miserable but themselves, but they tend to draw other people to their misery, and nobody likes that. So there are things that you can do to not be miserable. I know this time is hard on everyone. Some people might have lost their job, their family, their car, their everything they have, and even their family and friends. But you should know that your family and your real family and your friends are the ones that you find when you need them. The ones that they said, your family and your friends, when you don't need them, this is the time to know if they are really your family and friends. As Maya Angelou said, if people show you who they are, believe them from the first time. So believe them. This is the time when they show you who they are, they're real family and friends, or they are not. But we should all be thankful that we get to wake up another day, we get to see the sun of another day, and we are healthy. Some people are dying, some people are sick, some people have cancer and all other problems. So look at the bright side of every situation. Like this situation, we have to stay home, we're in lockdown, but this is really not good. But the bright side of it is that you get to spend time with your family, you get to spend time with your children, you get to play with them, and get to know each other and talk about what's going on, talk about the future, and just plan things together. This is a good thing about being home. Have fun. You can cook together, you can play together, you can dance, act silly, whatever you have to do to create a good environment and a good energy. So when we think that things are too hard and we can change it, and it's just things piling up and we can't deal with it, think again and do this. There is a prayer that they call Serenity prayer. It's a really good prayer, because there are certain things that we can't change. There are certain things that out of our reach or out of our hands. So if you can't change something, that's good. If you cannot, you have to accept it and move on. Life goes on. The Serenity prayer said, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. This is really a powerful prayer. So if you can't change something, you have to accept it. And the important thing is to know the difference, that there are things you can change and there are things that you cannot. So you be in peace with yourself and the world. So to change from negative energy that affects your health and your immune system and your mind, body, and soul, to change that bad energy to a good energy, act silly, dance, play music, and stop focusing on negative situations. There are some positive things if you look hard and if you're willing to look for the positive instead of focusing on the negative. And also stop complaining, because complaining doesn't do anything. Instead of complaining, try to find solution to every situation, and every problem will have a solution if you are willing to solve it yourself. If you're doing something good, you're doing it, do not expect the reward back, because most of the time people will not reward you for what you do. So if you want to do something, you should know that you're just doing it for the good, and not doing it to get anything back, not expecting anything back, because as they say, expectation pave the road to hell. So when you expect, it's no good. You can be disappointed most of the time. Before you act, also think about others, think about how your actions will affect others, and think about the people around you. Even when you are being sad or being angry or being miserable, it's a choice. Everything is a choice. You can choose to be mad and angry and miserable, or you can choose to be happy and create a good energy for yourself and for the people around you. Also, stop complaining about problems, because everyone have problems and everyone have to deal with their problems. Instead of complaining, start thinking about ways to solve them. If you think about it this way, you wouldn't be angry and you wouldn't be miserable, because the whole world have problems, but you have to deal with your problems using your mind and using your intuition and using your positive thinking about everything. Because when you think negative, that will mess up your thinking and you cannot solve your problems. So you have to look at things with a positive eye so you can solve it. Remember, life is good, life is what you make it, and you have the ability to change your thinking, you have the ability to change your energy, and you have the ability to change your life and the life of people around you in general. But you have to be willing to do the work. That is very important. I'm not talking about doing the work, going like to a job or anything, but I'm talking about working on yourself, changing yourself, changing your attitude. And when you change your attitude, that is very important, because it will affect your thinking and the way you see things. If you're feeling like you can't do it, you have no solution to anything, that is the wrong attitude. As I said before, for every problem there is a solution if you are willing to step up and do what you have to do to solve it, and you have to use your reason, of course. So it all comes to doing the hard work. If you willing to transform yourself, you can transform the world around you, but change starts with you. So if you like the video, please share it with your friends and family, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video. Thank you very much. Peace and love.